Hi guys, it's your girl Kia Nicole here, and I'm back with another cooking video. Today's video will be baked spaghetti, which is one of my favorite dishes to make. Super easy, super simple. I'm using ground turkey because I'm trying to be a little healthy, and I'm also using whole wheat spaghetti, trying to be a little healthy in the ways that I can be. I have the Rogerwood spicy hot sausages in the back. I use 2 types of Prego. You use whatever kind you want, and then I'm using 4 types of cheeses. I don't know, it's just what I do, but you use however much cheese you want. You can stick to just 1 cheese or 2, but those are the cheeses that I am using, and I like for it to just already be pre-shredded because it just makes my life easier. And then obviously you need your bell peppers and you need your onion. First step is to cut your veggies, and then the next step will be to cut up our sausages. All right, now we have a mixture of butter and oil cooking in the pan, and then we're going to add our ground turkey or whatever ground meat that you decide to use. Add that in there, let it cook a little bit, and then we're going to go on with our seasonings. I'm not going to name them out because I'm showing them to you. So these are the seasonings I choose to use, but you use whatever seasonings you like. I feel like onion and garlic powder is like a no-brainer, obviously. So if you don't use nothing else, at least use those 2 and some black pepper. Everything else is just what I choose to use. But yeah, and I'm not using any salt, if you guys pay attention, because I'm using a lot of herbs and seasonings in there, so I don't feel like salt is needed. And when I did a taste test, once the meat was done cooking, it tasted perfect. So you don't really need to use salt if you're using the right combination of things, but if you want to, you can add a little salt in there as well. I am going in with the onions and bell peppers. Y'all almost forgot about them. So you can actually add those in a little bit earlier than I did. You can add them in before the meat gets completely cooked. As long as they get softened enough, they're also going to get baked in the oven, so it's fine if they're not completely soft. But yeah, you're going to add that in there. Now we're going to cook our sausages. I always do my sausages in another pan. I just don't want to crowd my pan with too much. So yeah, I usually cook them in a separate pan. By this point, the meat is already done cooking. So now I'm going to use that same pan. I'm going to pour in the sauce. I like for the sauce to simmer on its own before I add it to the noodles and everything. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going in with both cans. Like I said, I use 2 different types of sauces, and I do go in with some extra water to get the remaining out. If you know about that, then you know. And then I'm actually going to season the sauce with similar seasonings that I use with seasoning the ground meat. So it's going to be similar seasonings, but you definitely want to make sure you season it because those canned sauces don't come pre-seasoned. I mean, they have some type of taste to it, but it's not going to be the taste that you're looking for. So obviously you want to go in with your own little seasonings and make sure you taste test it before you start adding all the ingredients with it. Now, I also go in with some brown sugar because I want to take some of the acidity out of the sauce. And then I am going to mix everything together. Now, at that time, I was boiling my noodles in a separate pot on its own. I didn't tell you guys that, but obviously you know how to boil noodles. So your noodles have boiled, you add everything together, you go ahead and add in the sauce. And I also go in with some cheese because I like my spaghetti to be cheesy throughout. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-cheese it. I know that's not a word, but I'm going to pre-cheese it. And then I'm going to go ahead and layer it. So that's what you see me doing here. So I'm going to go in. I think I use about 2 layers. That's about it. So this is the first layer. So I'm going to put the spaghetti down, and then I'm going to add the cheese on top of it. And I'm pulling from all 4 bags of cheeses because I like my macaroni. Not macaroni. We are not making macaroni. I like my spaghetti extra cheesy. I like to taste the different flavors from the 4 different cheeses. And I don't always use 4. Sometimes I use like 2 or 3. But in this moment, I just wanted to use 4. So I'm going in with all 4 bags of cheeses, and then I'm going to layer it again for a second time. And this is how it looks when it is all layered. Look at that, cheese throughout, from the bottom of the pan to the top. I sprinkle some parsley on top, I believe, and then I go ahead and put it in the oven for 350 degrees for, I don't know, maybe around 30 minutes or so. And this is the final result, guys. Look at that. So cheesy, so yummy. This is how you want it to look. If you've made it through this entire video, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below if you are interested in trying this recipe, if you've tried it, and let me know how it turns out for you. And please subscribe to me if you have not. I love you guys. Hope to see you in my next video.